What happens when a royal guest goes completely off, script on live television? You're about to witness one of the most jaw-dropping confrontations in daytime TV history. A moment that left the studio stunned and the internet divided. Make sure to subscribe and drop a comment below, because this one will stay with you. Prince Harry walks onto the View's set with a calm smile and his usual charm. The audience erupts, phones raised, cameras rolling. It's supposed to be a standard promotional appearance. Whoopi Goldberg. Welcome back to The View. We're joined today by Prince Harry. Harry. Please, just Harry, he says smiling. But it doesn't quite reach his eyes. And thank you for having me, though I'm not sure how royal I am these days. The studio chuckles nervously. The air shifts. Whoopi arches a brow. She smells tension. Well, you're still a prince in our books. Now, let's talk about your new memoir. You've been quite candid about your family. Harry's jaw tightens. Harry, candid, yes. Some say too candid. But isn't that what people wanted? The truth. Whoopi, truth can be subjective, though. Can't it? That signature Whoopi edge has entered the room. Longtime viewers know what's coming. Whoopi Conte. There are always multiple sides to every family story. Silence. Then Harry leaning forward. Are you suggesting I'm lying about my own experiences, Ms. Goldberg? Oh, Whoopi, I'm not suggesting anything. I'm asking whether maybe your perspective isn't the only one that matters. The tension is electric. The other hosts glance nervously between them. This is not in the cue cards. Harry voice rising, my perspective. On being abandoned by my family. On watching my wife torn apart by the press while they stood by in silence. On history repeating itself, just like with my mother. Whoopi holds her ground. Whoopi, Harry, I don't doubt your pain. But don't you think there's a difference between sharing your truth and weaponizing it? Against people who can't fight back in the same public arena. The words hit like a slap. Harry flushes. For a second, it looks like he might walk off. Instead, he grips the chair. Harry, weaponizing? You think I'm doing this for attention? For money? Whoopi, calm lie. I think when we're hurt, we sometimes lose sight of the bigger picture. Your grandmother served her country for 70 years. Your father dedicated his life to public service. Maybe, just maybe they deserve more consideration than they've been given. Now the studio is silent. Even the cameramen are frozen. Harry breathes heavily, chest rising and falling. Harry, consideration. Where was their consideration when my wife was suicidal? When they leaked stories to protect themselves? When they cut off our security and left us exposed? Whoopi leans back, unimpressed by the emotional swell. Whoopi, I've been in this game a long time, Harry. I've seen people use pain to justify hurting others. I'm not saying that's what you're doing. But maybe it's time to ask yourself the hard questions. Harry lets out a bitter laugh. Harry, like what? Whether this is about healing or about revenge. The word, revenge, lands like a grenade in the studio. Prince Harry's face shifts rapidly. Shock, pain, fury, until only cold rage remains. Harry low controlled. How dare you? His voice is calm, but laced with danger. How dare you reduce everything I've endured, everything my wife has endured, to some petty revenge fantasy? Whoopi firing back. I'm not reducing anything. I'm asking you to take responsibility for the consequences of the choices you've made. You've made millions telling your story. Netflix, book deals, speaking tours. At what point does truth become exploitation? The hit lands. Harry's mask cracks. Harry rising. Profit. You think this is about profit? His chair screeches back. I walked away from everything for love, for truth, for the chance to protect my family the way no one protected my mother. And you, he points. You're lecturing me about profit while sitting in a chair that survives on controversy and gossip. The crowd gasps. Phones go up. The studio is no longer a talk show. It's a battleground. The other co-hosts sit frozen, deer in headlights. But Whoopi Goldberg doesn't flinch. She's been in this arena for decades. Whoopi coolly. You can stand up all you want, Harry. But a tantrum doesn't make you right. And using your mother's memory to attack your family doesn't make you noble. Silence. Then Harry's face goes bone white. His hands tremble. Harry voice slicing through the air, don't. You. Dare. Don't you dare bring my mother into this. You don't know what you're talking about. Whoopi straightens. Whoopi, I know more than you think. I interviewed your mother. I respected her. And I know she wouldn't want her legacy used as a shield to burn down the very institution she tried to change from within. Another gasp. This has gone far beyond awkward TV. This is war. Harry bitter laugh. The institution. You mean the one that fed her to the wolves. The one doing the exact same thing to my wife. His eyes blaze now. You respected her so much you're defending the very system that killed her. Whoopi, stern Harry. Stop. You're about to say something you can't take back. Harry snaps, good. Because someone needs to. The royal family is a relic. A corrupt machine that crushes anyone who threatens its image. They destroyed my mother. They tried to destroy my wife. And now they're hiding behind words like tradition and a duty while doing it again. The studio is electric, raw tense, volatile. Even security guards shift near the exits, unsure what they're supposed to do. Then Whoopi stands. She meets him eye to eye. Whoopi firm, right. Let's have the real conversation. You say they destroyed your mother, but she chose to go on television. She chose to expose the family drama to the world. Sound familiar? Harry, a voice rising. How dare you compare this to what she went through? She was trapped, gaslit, manipulated at every turn. I'm speaking out so no one else has to live that nightmare. Whoopi's mocking. Your truth. Your truth. Your truth. That's all we ever hear. What about their truth? Your brothers? Your fathers? Or do they not count because they don't fit your narrative? A Harry burning. Their truth is silence. Never complain, never explain, while they leak stories and throw us under the bus. Their truth is survival through betrayal. My truth is the only reason the world knows what's happening behind closed doors. Whoopi cutting. And your truth is cashing checks while burning your family to the ground. Whoopi doesn't even blink. She fires back, firm and unfazed. Whoopi. Your truth is playing the victim while living with more privilege and power than 99% of this planet will ever touch. The words land like punches. Harry reels, his face cycling through disbelief, anger and raw hurt faster than the cameras can follow. Harry low, sharp privilege. You think it's a privilege to have your every move dissected. To watch your wife get torn apart until she's at the edge of suicide. To have your family cut you off, strip your security, leave you exposed. All because you wouldn't play their game. Whoopijerd. Deliberate. I think you had choices, Harry. You could have stayed, fought for change from within, used your platform to build something better. But instead, you ran. And now you're complaining from California. Harry voice cracking. I wasn't running. I was protecting my family. Doing what my father was too weak to do for my mother. Whoopi's eyes narrow, her voice turning cold. Whoop, your father, the man about to be King of England, spent his entire life preparing to serve his country. He sacrificed everything for duty, and you're calling him weak because he didn't abandon it all the way you did. Harry snaps. He abandoned us first. He chose the crown over his sons, just like they all do. The crown comes first, family comes second. Everyone else, be damned. Whoopi, steadily. Maybe the crown comes first, because millions of people depend on it. Maybe duty means more than your personal pain. Maybe being royal isn't just about privilege. It's about sacrifice. Harry stares at her, stunned. Harry, are you seriously defending them? After everything that's come out? After the proof, the press leaks, the lies, you're still standing by them. Whoopi? I'm standing by the idea that actions have consequences. And yours, very public, very profitable ones, Affect the people you claim to love. Harry's eyesight. Profitable. There it is. It always comes back to money with you people. You really think I'm doing this for a paycheck? Whoopi even ton? When someone signs 100 million deals to trash their family on global television, it's kinda hard to ignore the financial angle. That does it. Harry's composure crumbles. He stands abruptly, jaw clenched, hands shaking. Harry, you know what? I'm done. Done with this interview, done with your judgment. And done pretending that people like you understand what real courage looks like. Whoopi, raising an eyebrow. Courage. You think running off to write tell alls and cash Netflix checks is courage. Real courage is staying. Fighting. Trying to change a broken system from inside. Not setting it on fire from the outside. Harry yelling, "The system is rotten." It chews people up and spits them out. And anyone who tries to fix it gets destroyed. Look what happened to my mother. A beat. Whoopi's voice softens, but turns razor sharp. Whoopi low, dangerous. Your mother made her own choices, Harry. She wasn't a victim. She was a grown woman, just like you're a grown man. And just like her, you'll have to live with the consequences of your choices. It hits him like lightning. His face goes pale, then read his fists clench. Harry, furious. How dare you? How dare you imply my mother was responsible for what happened to her? Whoopi coolly. I'm not implying anything. I'm stating facts. Adults make choices. Your mother made hers. And you're making yours. And like her, you'll face the fallout. Harry, choking back, rage. Get me out of here. I want out of this interview. Now. Whoopi straightens in her chair. Her voice cuts like a judge delivering a sentence. Whoopi. Actually, I think you need to leave. The words land like a gunshot. The audience freezes. Even the studio lights seem to dim. Harry's quiet. Did you just tell me to leave? Whoopi, without blinking, I did. Whoopi leans forward, voice firm and rising. Whoopi, this is my show. This is my house. And you've crossed every line of decency and respect. You came here as a guest, and you've acted like a spoiled child, throwing a tantrum because someone dared to challenge your version of the story. For Harry's face changes instantly. Gone is the royal composure. Gone is the polished media training. What remains is raw, unfiltered fury. Harry seething. Spoiled child. I'm a grown man who's endured more trauma than you could begin to comprehend. Whoops, cutting in. Trauma doesn't buy you a free pass to be disrespectful. And being a prince doesn't entitle you to come on my show and insult an institution that millions respect. Just because you're angry at your family. Harry's mocking. Millions of people. You mean millions who've swallowed the fairy tale. The same people who cheer for crowns and castles while ignoring the human wreckage behind the gold gates. Whoopi, matching his fire. You want to talk about human cost? Fine. What about the cost to your brother? Carrying the crown while dealing with the fallout of your very public betrayal. What about your father, trying to modernize the monarchy while you're out here undermining him at every turn? Harry, cracking. Betrayal. I told the truth. If that feels like betrayal to them, maybe they need to take a hard look in the mirror. Whoopi, dark laugh, truth. Your truth is one-sided, convenient. You've painted yourself as the hero, and everyone else as the villain. Harry, exploding. Because they are the villains! They hide behind titles, behind silence. Destroying anyone who threatens their polished image. They killed my mother with their indifference. And now they're trying to do the same thing to my wife. Whoopi, I see. No one killed your mother, Harry. She died in a tragic accident. And using her memory to justify your bitterness isn't just wrong, it's disgusting. The word disgusting hits like a punch to the chest. Harry goes rigid, his face caught between shock and rage. Harry whispers, "Get out." Whoopi blinks, "What?"
Harry shouting.
"Get out of your own chair. Get away from me. I don't want to look at you." The studio erupts, gasps, screams, phones up. Co-hosts frozen, stunned. It's chaos. Whoopi's incredulous. This is my show. You don't get to tell me to leave my show. Harry's snarling. Then I'll leave. He turns to go. But just before he hits the wings, he pivots back. Harry fuming. You know what your problem is, Whoopi. You've been in Hollywood so long, you forgot what real courage looks like. You used to challenge the system. Now you are the system. Whoopi, voice like iced him. You want to talk about problems. My problem is I just wasted 20 minutes giving airtime to someone more interested in playing victim than owning his choices. Harry, bitter laugh. Choices. I made the hardest choice of my life. I left. I walked away from the palace, the titles, the military honors, everything, to protect my wife and my child. That's more responsibility than anyone in that family has ever shown. Whoopi shoots back. No, you didn't just leave. You left, then spent the next 3 years cashing in on the people you abandoned. That's not responsibility. That's cowardice. The word slams into Harry like a fist. His face drains, then flushes with rage. His hands tremble. Harry, voice shaking. Cowardice? You think it's cowardice to give up everything I've ever known? My home, my country, my family. To protect the woman I love. Lethal. I think real courage would have been staying. Fighting. Working to change the system from within. Not running and writing bestsellers about how unfair it all was. Harry, screaming, I tried to change it. But the system is too big, too powerful. You can't fix it from inside. It eats you alive. Silence. The air in the studio is radioactive. No one speaks. No one breathes. And then the screen fades to black. Harry's voice is raw. They would have destroyed us both if we'd stayed. Whoopi, calm, deliberate. So instead you decided to destroy them first. A beat. How's that working out for you? The question hangs. Harry stares at her, chest heaving. Rage simmers through every inch of him. For a moment, just a moment, it looks like he might snap. But instead he laughs. It's not joyful. It's the broken laugh of a man who's reached the end and found nothing left. Harry's quiet, cold. You know what? You're right. Coming here was a mistake. Thinking I could have an honest conversation with someone who already made up her mind. That was the mistake. Whoopi, unmoved. No. The real mistake was thinking you could come on my show and not be challenged on your choices. A Harry nods slowly, like something has finally clicked. Harry, you're absolutely right. I should have known better. Even here, on a show that claims to value different perspectives, I ran into the same old establishment thinking. Whoopi, brows arching. Establishment. Harry, I've spent my entire career fighting the establishment. Harry, flat. No, you used to. But somewhere along the way, you got comfortable. You became part of the very system you claimed to challenge. And now, when someone comes along who actually threatens it, you don't question the system. You attack them. That one lands. For the first time, Whoopi flinches, just slightly. Whoopi, I see. I attack people who abuse their privilege, who weaponize their pain to make themselves the victim, while hurting the people who still love them. Harry, bitter. People who love me. Is that what you call it when your own family leaks lies to the press? When they cut off your protection and leave your wife to face a tidal wave of racism alone? That's love. Whoopi, firm, that's family. Messy. Complicated, flawed, but family. And you don't get to burn it all down just because it wasn't perfect. Harry, soft, deadly. Watch me. There's something final in his tone. The studio falls completely silent. Harry turns to leave. But Whoopi's voice calls after him, steady and sharp. Whoopi, Harry, before you go, answer me one thing. He stops, but doesn't turn around. Whoopi, genuine? Was it worth it? The books, the interviews, the Netflix deals, all of it. Was it worth losing your family? Silence. Long, brutal silence. And then a whisper, Harry. I didn't lose my family. They lost me. He walks off set. The audience is frozen. Phones in hand. Jaws open. What just happened isn't a talk show moment. It's history. Whoopi stares after him, her face unreadable. Then she turns back to the camera with the kind of composure only decades of TV can build. Whoopi quietly. Well, that was something. She forces a small smile. We'll be right back after this break. But as the cameras cut to commercial, everyone in the studio knows they've just witnessed something unprecedented. A prince, a host, and a confrontation that peeled back the layers of royalty, trauma, power, and truth. What did you think of this explosive clash? Did Whoopi cross a line, or was Harry out of control? Subscribe now and let me know in the comments below. Because this wasn't just TV. This was a reckoning, and we want to hear your take.